It's a cold, dark night. The fog's so thick that you can barely even see outside the window on the Greyhound bus that you're taking into the wonderful small city of Ashfield. It's just a little town off in the middle of nowhere, somewhere south of Atlanta. Now, you've got your own reasons for being there. They might be good, they might be bad. Either way, you don't have too much on you other than a bus ticket and some loose change in your pocket. Now, you were thinking to just maybe, I don't know, take a nap. Just relax. It's gonna be a long ride, these old, winding country roads. Not much going on. There's maybe 5 other people on the bus. And the driver, of course. Now, as you start drifting off, because, let's be honest, it's a boring ride to a boring place. But as you start drifting off, you hear a little thump. Now, nobody else really minds it. You know, an old bumpy country road. It happens. Then you hear it again, louder. And it doesn't sound like the road. It sounds like something... It sounds like it's coming from the side of the bus, not from the road. You're a little bit alarmed, just a little. But nobody else really seems to mind anything. Everyone else is just as blissfully unaware and kind of lost in their own head, just like you are. So you don't make a whole lot of it. You just kind of, rest on your shoulder up against the window. Then you swear you see something, just a little something. You're not sure, it's so foggy, it's dark, it's near midnight. But you swear you saw something. And just as you get up and you want to really look out there, suddenly you hear a loud pop. And the bus does a nice jump. And that's when the bus driver slows things down, and he pulls the bus over to the side of the road. So he wants to reassure everyone that no, nothing is wrong, don't worry, it's his routine, and I'm just gonna go check it out. The bus driver, he seems like he knows what's going on, and you trust him. This kind of thing probably happens all the time. The bus probably just ran over a broken bottle or something like that, right? Well, the bus driver opens up the doors. He just takes his time going out there to, check the tires, see what's going on. He takes his little flashlight out with him. You're not really paying too much attention. I mean, no one really is. Why would you? Just another delay to get to your real destination. Well, a few minutes pass by. You take a look out the window, and you don't see anything. There's no bus driver. There's no flashlight. Well, no, there is. The flashlight is kind of on the ground. It's almost rolled underneath the bus. You can barely see it, but it's there. There's no bus driver around. There's nothing at all. What happened? What do we do? And then you hear it. You hear a growl. Something very, very sinister. From out in the woods, you hear just a low growl, and you can hear the rustling, the trees. There's very thick and swampy out there. And you can hear something rustling really loud and crunching too. Yeah, you're on edge now. The time to rest is over. Now, everyone else on the bus, they're still just completely oblivious. And it quickly becomes very obvious that you are the only one who is really paying attention to what's going on. No one else seems to be any the wiser. So what do? That is the question. So, if that kind of thing interests you, alright, that was one of many little story starters that I have for my campaign, my World of Darkness campaign. And if you like narrative gameplay, you like a good story, maybe you've never done tabletop before, you've never rolled any dice in your life, that's okay. It's all okay. Because what I'm looking for is players. Any players. Anyone that wants to is welcome to my campaign. And I'm going to take a little bit of time here to just sort of explain a basic summary of my campaign setting, and also what you can expect, what you need to play, what times we're going to be playing at, and contact information, which I have all right up on the screen in front of you. So, first things first, the books that we're going to be using here are New World of Darkness, First Edition. That's the primary book, but optionally, depending on the kind of character that you want to make, we're also using Vampire the Requiem and Hunter the Vigil, and it's all First Edition New World of Darkness. If you're looking for a year, it's somewhere around 2004 that they started running these off. So, when are we playing? Well, that's very flexible. Okay, the hours. I can give you some hours, and so there's two types of adventures. There are solo adventures and group adventures, and let me explain those very briefly. So, a group adventure is what you think of when you think of tabletop. It's, a bunch of people all gathered around the table playing all together. Now, group adventures, and this is all online, okay, which I will also explain later. So, a group adventure, we're looking at anywhere between 6 o'clock p.m. and 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard. So basically 6 in the afternoon to midnight. That's basically any time in between there. The shortest kind of session that we might have is a 3-hour one. So these are the times though, okay? So starting any time between 6 and 12. And that's Friday to Sunday, weekends. Now, the other type of adventure is a solo adventure. And solo adventures can be... they're much more flexible because all you need is me, the storyteller, and you, the player. So a solo adventure can be any time between 12 noon and 12 midnight. And even other times, too. It's flexible. And that's any day of the week. I'm very, very open as long as you schedule it. So, if you're worried about time, don't be. Alright, we can make it work. Next thing, requirements. So, and this is the easy part. The only thing you really need is Fantasy Grounds. It's a tabletop application. And, as you can see on your screen, you can get it at fantasygrounds.com. The demo version is all you need. You do not need to pay for anything. The other thing you'll need is the books. Now, getting your hands on a print copy of any of these books can be a little bit difficult. There are PDF files available online, and if you should need a copy of the book, well, get a hold of me and we'll work something out. And finally, Discord, which is a voice chat application. And that's what we'll be using for doing like the group play and all that. But when it comes to solo adventures, if you don't want to voice, that's fine as well. Fantasy Grounds has quite the in-game chat application, text application. So if you just want to do text, just writing, that's fine too. But for group play, Discord is pretty much a must. And the contact information for that, for me, is right there on your screen. Double Awesome 8065. And then last of all is the contact. So if you want to get a hold of me, you can see it right on your screen. That's how. Got a Gmail, and you can just drop a comment on the YouTube video. So the last thing I want to talk about is my setting. So my campaign setting is it's World of Darkness, although it uses Vampire and Hunter as well. But the main thing about my campaign is it is set in the South in 1983. Okay, that's when it starts. Now, this setting is, I try to keep it authentic to the time period. I try to have fun with the time period. You know, you may like it, you may not, but give it a try. Now, I could talk more about it, and in fact, I have. I have actually talked about this quite a lot, and I've made a very long stream about it. Several, actually. You can go ahead and check those out if you would like, and that'll give you a more in-depth, comprehensive look at things, but this is just a nice little short video for your convenience. The last thing, I guess, that I want to say is you may have reservations. You may feel like, I've never played tabletop before. I've never done anything like this before. Is it going to be fun? Am I going to be able to do it? Well, anyone can do it. Okay? Don't feel bad. Do not feel bad if you've never done tabletop before. In this day and age, not many people have. I accept players of all skill levels, of all knowledge levels. It's all good. If you feel at all interested in a more story-focused game, this might just be what you're looking for. Now, what could it hurt? Give it a try. So, I've given you all the information, and I'll give a little link in there too about the stream. If you want a more in-depth, comprehensive look at what this game actually is, maybe how it works, I've made a whole stream video about that. It's very long, but if you want all that information, you can go ahead and check that out. So, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and drop me a comment, drop me an email, whatever you prefer. Let's roll them dice.